Welcome to the Ball In Podcast, where the ball is in our court. I am Pavan Inaganti, and I'm here with Eric Kiekeben.
Ishan Naik.
Bro, this mic stand's making me mad.
Oh, no stand for today.
I'm going Sammy for today. But, you know what? We'll just start off. A lot of off-season stuff happening with the draft yesterday. We're recording this on a Friday. You guys will see it on a Monday. But, yeah, the draft just happened yesterday. Off-season is moving as usual. The NBA off-season is king, in my opinion, across professional sports. You saw the Kristaps Porzingis trade, which we'll talk about right now. But, yeah, Eric, Kristaps Porzingis, it was a very interesting trade. It happened, and then it got canceled, and then it happened again. The Wizards giving Kristaps Porzingis until midnight to opt into his player option, the deal going through, and Kristaps Porzingis going to Boston. Thoughts?
I'm more disappointed than I am happy. I can't be mad because, it's Kristaps, and I'm sure he'll be good on the Celtics. I'm sure it can't turn out bad. But getting rid of Marcus Smart, integral piece of this team, I did not see him leaving in the near future.
Thought he'd retire there.
Honestly, he said that
I
himself,
agree.
right?
I agree with that.
I don't love the Celtics position right now. Again, I don't hate it, but I don't love it. And I guess, at least they got to keep Brogdon. It's not like they got rid of both, right? But they definitely needed guard play more than anything else on this team. And so, yeah, it just isn't my favorite move. And we'll also see how they are defensively now.
I don't know how to feel about it because obviously you're getting the best player in this draft. And not in this draft. In the trade. You're getting the best player that was moved. And you get 2 first-round picks on top of it, but you do trade the heart and soul of your team. Like this is if you think of the Boston Celtics, you think of like Marcus Smart's defense, like the defensive player of the year a year ago. To trade him is gonna really hurt them in the playoffs more than anything, I think. Because when they're like, if they're in a situation like when they're down 3-0, who's gonna be that guy for them that like rallies the troops, as Stephen A. would say? Like there's no more. You don't have that verbal vocal leader anymore on your team. Also combined with the fact that Porzingis is a very injury-prone player. We don't know exactly how he's going to fit in a role, especially when in the playoff time, their team runs like a 7 to 8 man rotation. So he's going to be playing heavy minutes in the playoffs. So that runs even higher risk of injury for him. It's a very risky trade for the Celtics. It's very, very risky. But if it does work out and if Porzingis does stay healthy, I think this makes him a better team because I think they will address point guard to replace Marcus Smart in free agency with someone. I don't know. Hopefully, yes. Hopefully.
Yeah, I honestly agree with both of your points, but more so than that, I feel like this was a win for all sides, in my opinion, because the Celtics not only got Porzingis, they got 2 first-round picks. And looking to it, Porzingis played 65 games last year. All right, he was really good when he played too. Had a bounce-back season from the year before. I'm pretty sure he had the highest field goal percentage on drives too, which is perfect for Boston's system because there are a lot of perimeter-oriented team. They take a lot of jumpers. They get the ball moving. It's a lot of drive and kick. But for the first time in Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown's career, I feel like they have the ability to have a proper 2-man game. And with a threat like Porzingis, with Brown and Tatum actually working off a 2-man game, I think that's going to be really good come playoff time. Now, here's the thing with the point guard. I think it's more important for them to have a vocal leader than actually having a playmaker. Because if you think about it, those are 2 ball-dominant guys anyway.
I agree.
Marcus Smart didn't really mean much in terms of being at the point guard position. That's why he's there to begin with. It's more so just having a ball handler than actually a guy who's going to run the offense for them. It all goes through Brown and Tatum anyway. But yeah, I think the Porzingis move is great. He's going to be playing alongside 2 other front court players too, so they're going to minimize his minutes during the regular season. So he'll definitely be healthy come playoff time, considering he's also missed the playoffs the past 2 years. He'll be fresh come playoff time. But in terms of Marcus Smart, I think that's where this trade surprised me because the veteran leader that Memphis finally needed, and people aren't understanding the fact that just having a leader for those 25 games when Ja is suspended is going to be huge, because the beginning of the season, for them to actually have a veteran leader come in, set the tone, and there's not going to be any clashing with him and Ja, because at the beginning of the year, it's going to be just him. Ja's going to be suspended. So for Marcus Smart to come in there, set the tone, and then they can bring in Ja later, I think that'll be great come playoff time too. And Tyus Jones finally getting a good role in Washington. This couldn't be a better win for all sides, in my opinion.
Oh, no, Smart is awesome for Memphis.
It's
I
great.
agree.
It's sad to see him leave
Perfect
Boston
fit.
for Boston, but he's also awesome for Memphis.
Yeah.
I love that. I don't want to be happy for Grizzlies fans, really, ever in the near future. But
Yo, why,
I'm
man?
happy. I'm happy for them
What did
today.
the Grizzlies fans do to you, bro?
They didn't do anything to me. They did everything to us, to everyone, to the NBA community.
What did they do?
Be clowns and goofballs
Bro, nah, it was just Dylan Brooks, bro.
and Ja Morant.
Dude, I miss Dylan Brooks. He had created something in the playoffs. He created something that the NBA hasn't seen in so long. It
Okay,
created
well,
so
no,
much of a
don't,
fire.
don't say that. Don't say
I
that.
really enjoyed it.
Pat Bev exists.
No,
Pat
not to,
Bev-
he didn't. He
Nah,
hasn't done
nah.
anything to the level of Dylan
Nah,
Brooks.
nah. Pat
He
Bev's
hasn't
crazy,
openly
bro.
called LeBron old and said he's a clown.
No, I'm just saying though, like you're acting like those kind of players haven't been around in recent memory. But like Dylan Brooks was to a different
he
level.
took supervillains to another level.
Poke
I
bears.
loved it. I
Supervillain.
loved it.
I don't respect a guy till
I
he drops
loved
40
it.
on me.
Proceeds to lose.
Proceeds to lose by 40.
Gets fucked.
Wow.
Deletes all his Instagram posts. Unfollows everyone. Bozo.
Did you see like some executive said that he could command anywhere between like 15, 16, 17 million dollars like in free agency
In
somewhere?
China.
Yo, what was that laugh, bro?
He's not getting that in the NBA.
16 million yen, maybe.
Bro, it sounds like you're gonna be the next NBA villain, bro. That laugh was wild. That laugh was wild. Another trade happening. This one was a little more interesting per se, because the Kristaps trade, we've been seeing speculation for a little bit now, but this trade came out of nowhere. Chris Paul going to Golden State, along with the Warriors sending 2 first-round picks. I'm pretty sure in very late. I think it's like
That's a first and
2027 and second, and a 2030 protected first-round pick, and Jordan Poole to Washington. So yeah, it's a very interesting trade, sending a washed point guard to Golden State when they already have guard play, but you know, some things just don't make sense. Eric, make it make sense.
That's a lot of pressure, Pavan. But you know what? It makes sense because Chris Paul is going to get a ring in Golden State.
The biggest lie was told that day.
No.
On the bench, he's going to average 5 minutes a game, but he's going to get a ring.
Bro, I don't even know if they're like,
I don't know how he fits.
is Golden State even like, they're like a 4th or 5th best team in the Western Conference right now.
I don't even
I don't even think they're that high.
I don't think they are.
Hey, 4 seeds have won before, 5 seeds have
I
won
don't
before.
understand how he fits with them, because you know Golden State as this team that has a really, really fast-paced offense, running around.
I was just about to say that.
Chris Paul is like one of the slowest-paced point guards in the league. He runs very methodically.
No, that's why he's going to get 5 minutes a game, and he's going to be a spot-up shooter. He's not going to be a point guard. He's not going to be a point guard anymore. Because I agree with you. He does not fit with the Warriors scheme
I don't
at
even
all.
know.
He will
no,
slow
I don't
down
even,
the offense
I don't
so
even
much,
know
and
if
that's
he's
not good for
I
him.
don't even know if he's a good spot up shooter anymore.
What did he shoot from 3 last year? Hold on, he shot 38% from 3 last year.
No, but like off the catch, like that's literally why they went after Bradley Beal.
What?
That's literally why they went after Bradley Beal though, because they were trying to. What happened was like they were every single time KD or Book kicked it out, it was almost always going to Chris Paul, and like it was such a. Like
never
if he
know.
was gonna hit him or not, like I don't
even like it because of what the Warriors give up. I would rather have Jordan Poole as of right now than Chris Paul. Right? What is that a crazy take?
No,
Other than the locker room factor with him and Draymond, yeah.
Like
I agree.
if
Well,
you're
no,
starting
I
an
agree.
NBA team,
In terms
are you
of
taking
strict
Jordan
play,
Poole or
in terms of
Chris
strict
Paul?
gameplay, yeah.
Well, yeah, I agree.
The fact that they
doesn't matter what
also
roster
had to
you
give up
have.
a first and a second round pick to trade for someone who's
And
of worse value.
No, that was kind of wild.
okay, those picks don't matter. They're like way far in the future. Like to Golden State, those picks don't matter at all. Let's be completely honest.
You say that.
They might.
What year are we in right now?
2023.
Well, how old is Steph Curry?
It's like what, 34,
Yeah,
He's
34,
35.
35.
7 years. Do you think he's still gonna be in the Warriors? Do you think he's still gonna be in the league? How do you think this team's gonna look in 7 years? There's a good chance this team might not be good.
Picks.
They might not be good in 2030.
You're like. Who
It's a
knows how
low risk, high
who knows how the
reward.
Warriors will even look from then?
Oh,
and
I
now.
know. It's a very
They could just draft like some stud out of nowhere.
Well, yeah, I know,
they'd be
but
set
it's a
for the
very
future.
it's a
Like, who
very
knows?
low risk, high reward pick, and the fact you're also getting Jordan Poole.
No, it's great for Washington.
Do you mean
Yeah,
a
I'm just
high
saying
risk,
for
low
Golden
reward?
State?
Are you saying for the Wizards?
I'm saying for the Wizards.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I thought you meant the Warriors. Anyway,
I just don't see why the Warriors did this. Honestly, it's a very confusing trade.
No,
It doesn't make any
no,
sense.
it's simple. They want Draymond Green back. That's the only way they would do
Chris Paul and Draymond.
No.
Oh, referees! Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah,
They're gonna have them
yeah.
nightmares.
JJ made that point, but yeah, JJ Redick made that point on draft during the draft preview yesterday. But
that's right, he did.
But no, here's the thing though. It's literally this is a move simply to retain Draymond Green because basketball wise, it makes no sense. And also, I'm pretty sure this was
Do they even have money?
This was also a money move because they needed to make a hard decision. It was either going to be Draymond or it was going to be another one of those guys that made heavy money. And so I think that's why they wanted to move off Jordan Poole too. I'm pretty sure Mike Dunleavy was like, okay, we're going to try and keep this core around as long as possible because those three mean championships. So
how would they keep Draymond?
So they can definitely keep him.
Because they have Curry making like 50 mil, Thompson making 40 mil, Wiggins making 35, Chris Paul at this point probably making 35. Do they have the money to keep Draymond? That's another max contract you had to hold on. That's 5 players making $35 million.
I don't think they'll be able to add to the roster, but they could probably figure out a way to keep him.
Because
I
the only way I
could
could
into
think
that at all.
like the only way I could see it working is like if they somehow make great Draymond's contract this upcoming year like $1 million, and then the rest of his contract worth a max. Like that doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand.
but he's definitely not going with that. He does not want that.
No, he's definitely not doing that.
We'll
I don't
see.
know how they would get it to work like if Chris Paul was making like no money, if he was on like the mid-level exception, then I would understand your point. But 5 players making $35 million, I don't think that's possible, is it?
Doesn't sound like it.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I told you I've been looking at the salary cap stuff. I just assumed this was a move to keep Draymond Green.
I would assume they want to. Yeah, because they're training a long-term
Maybe they're afraid of
contract,
losing
yeah.
Draymond, and they think Chris Paul can hold him to that same standard.
Nah.
I can see
Facilitating.
it. If that's
defense,
the
defense
reasoning,
question mark.
Is there
I don't know.
I think the Wizards definitely won that trade. I'm happy. I'm really surprised with what the Wizards got away with trading with.
I don't know. I
for
gotta
both the
see
deals.
how that works out first, because it sounds so bad right now. But like we've seen the Warriors fit. Steve Kerr manages to fit in like every player, so
Yeah, that's true.
they've never really had a problem with that. So
I think it'll be hard to
I just gotta
assess 'cause,
really
like,
see.
The Warriors are going to be a championship team before the Wizards, just because of Curry. So like,
It's fair.
it's hard. I think it'll be hard to say who won because like the Warriors will probably win a championship before the Wizards if anyone. But it's like. I do find the Jordan Poole Kyle Kuzma duo funny. This will be interesting to watch.
Well,
If Kuzma
did
comes
Kuzma opt in? I don't think he opted in.
No, there's no shot. He opted into a $13 million. He definitely declined it.
Yeah.
Oh no,
He's probably gonna get signed. Now he's probably gonna get signed and traded.
I forgot about that.
I don't see a reason for
Dang,
them
you're
to
right.
keep him.
You're right.
It says Wiggins is making only 24 mil. Chris Paul makes 30 mil. Clay 43. Steph 50.
I don't see.
Clay's contract's looking really bad right now. He was almost unplayable come playoff time.
He was bad. He was really bad in that Lakers series. Like he was horrendous.
No, he was terrible. He was literally
might have had
literally
one game.
unplayable.
He might have had one game where he was like even remotely
Game 2.
okay. Yeah,
He
that's
played
what I was
really
gonna say. It
good
was
game
2 and
2.
game 3. He was actually
He played
good.
a really good game too, but yeah, other than that, it was bad.
Yeah, that was all Curry, nothing else in that whole series.
Oh yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah. Moving on though, and last, somewhat off-season move before we move on to draft talk. But Khris Middleton declining his player option. I feel like most likely he's probably headed back to Milwaukee, but our job is not to be boring. It is to be exciting, and I kind of just want to like speculate if he does go elsewhere. What is a good destination for him?
No, that's to be boring. It's the Bucks. No, no, I was gonna say Cleveland. Fine, I'll let you go. So what's another team besides Cleveland? Damn.
That has money.
Ooh, that has money.
I would
Do
like.
the
I would like
Do
to
the Nuggets
see,
have money?
No shot. There's no way, right?
There's no way.
Nuggets,
I
bro.
don't
Are you
think
serious?
so.
There's no way they have
The
money.
Nuggets could revamp.
Revamp.
Middleton.
Miami Heat. Not really.
I'm sick and tired of saying the Heat for every free. Man. It's so talk about boring. I'm not talking about the Heat anymore.
Phoenix Suns. Not
Can
really,
Michael
no.
Jordan redeem
Kings?
himself?
The Kings,
maybe?
yeah.
Kings would be good.
I remember
Because that was mine. I think
I
the
saw-
Kings with that fast-paced offense would be insane. Like,
there were also rumors that they were going after like Siakam and OG Anunoby right before the draft.
yeah, I don't.
The Kings are just gonna be big players in general this free agency.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Middleton,
Middleton would be a perfect Barnes replacement. I feel like because
I agree.
they were
Could be
leaving
more than a replacement.
because they were leaving Barnes
Replacement
open.
and some.
They were leaving Barnes open so much, and like they just weren't capitalizing. If Middleton got those same shots,
Middleton also was really good at the end of the last season when he finally got like fully
Yeah.
healthy again. His stats of all last year are very misrepresentative of
Yeah.
his caliber still because he was playing hurt with that knee injury on and off. And
Nah,
last
they
year, he
were
played
like
pretty good.
they were like experimenting with like how he was playing because like he would like play a game and then there was like a stretch where like he sat out and then they like messed with his minutes a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, when he finally hit his stride, he was pretty good.
But the team I hope he goes to, Cleveland. I would love this. I think this would be a perfect fit because he's a willing defender and a very good three-point shooter, very good scorer as a small forward, something Cleveland really needs.
Yeah.
Along with the fact that in order to do this, Cleveland have to trade Jared Allen to the Bucks. And the only way for that to happen is if they lose Brook Lopez, which they most likely are going to. I hope to God at least. And you trade Jared Allen there, who at that point, that's a center needy team. You get Khris Middleton, that would be a huge upgrade because you also move Mobley back to his natural position at the center. He just has to bulk up. He's only like 220 pounds right now. He needs to get up to like 235, 240-ish. And he also needs to get a jump shot, obviously, for him to
Yeah.
grow. Because the ceiling right now he's capped at a ceiling because he has no jump shot and he's really, really skinny right now.
Yeah.
If he can put size and even develop an okay jump shot, like a respectable like 30%,
Oh,
That
that
would
would
be
like 10
perfect.
times better.
he'd be perfect. That would
Yeah.
be perfect for the team.
Yeah.
And if they can get like some mid-level exception player, like someone like a little better than Jay Crowder at the 4, someone who can guard on the perimeter, guard in the paint if they need to, hit threes, I think that'd be good. That would make them a lot more of a stronger threat in the East because now you have a trio of Garland, Mitchell, and Middleton with great shooting around those three, and a rising center in Evan Mobley. I think that's perfect.
I still don't think they'd compete with Boston though. I still don't think they'd even Miami to a certain extent.
No, I think they'd compete with.
I don't think so. Miami surprised a lot of people and like they do this every single year. Like I'm not going to make the mistake of coming back come playoff time and
They need to get
Spo
rid of
draws up a great
Bickerstaff.
game plan and like
Bickerstaff blows.
so I don't know. Cause yeah, I still think Bickerstaff is the biggest question mark.
I don't like him.
I don't
think-
like him in any playoff series in the
I
East.
don't.
I think Mazzulla's a better coach than him. I think if we play the Knicks again, Tibbs is a better head coach than
yeah.
him. Spo,
Adrian Griffin's probably already a better coach.
Nick
than him.
Nurse. If we
yeah.
play Philly, but we'll see how Philly actually shapes out their roster. But
Excited to see Adrian Griffin in Milwaukee though. I think he's going to be a pretty good coach.
we'll have to wait.
I
And
mean,
see.
that's who Giannis wanted.
I
You
gotta-
have he's got to have a good amount of confidence in him.
I gotta see how Milwaukee shapes out their roster, though. It's
agree.
like they gotta keep that core together, but if they don't, I don't know what they're gonna do.
The
Because they're in like no man's land right now if they don't keep their core together. Like, how are they gonna shape that roster to be back and competing for championships?
All
Oh
right.
yeah, who knows? Especially if they lose Middleton too.
And
But-
Lopez, yeah, like
Yeah, and Lopez. The Cavs young core, that's the thing. Even if they add Middleton, it's just I agree with you that I don't know if they compete with Boston.
They don't have the depth.
Miami maybe, but it'd still be tough. And it's just either they don't have the depth or I just don't know if this core needs even more time to just develop. I don't know what it is. It just seems like I'm taking Tatum as the best player in the series. I'm taking Butler as the most competitive, most likely to win in the series, even if you could argue like Mitchell might be better.
it's hard to judge Mitchell off this year because
It's
usually he's a very good playoff performer, and then this year
Very
he just
good.
had a very bad playoffs.
Yeah.
That whole series besides game 1, it felt like he was just terrible.
That's what I think. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. It's hard to judge because I almost want to say it's like the Cavs don't have that go-to guy to step up But then again, I can't say that because we have Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
I just don't know how to assess it right now. So I think the best thing the Cavs could do is get someone like Middleton and
Take some of the
see how it
scoring load
works.
off
Be
of
patient.
Mitchell.
I wouldn't expect to win immediately as a Cavs fan,
Yeah.
but it's a step in the right direction, I guess.
Yeah. We'll just have to see. Moving on, though, the main talk of this episode, the NBA draft happening yesterday. Honestly, I'll just start off with the top 3. Brandon Miller going at number 2. Ishan, I got to start with you on this. But Brandon Miller going number 2 and Scoot Henderson going number 3. How did you feel about that?
Fitting that Michael Jordan's last pick is the biggest mistake of the draft.
It's unbelievable.
Fitting. I thought they should have taken Scoot. I wish they would have. Him and LaMelo would have been electric. I would have absolutely loved that. But
oh my
Brandon
God,
Miller,
running up and down with Miles Bridges too. Like if he comes back, like that'd be.
I didn't like this pick. Obviously, Scoot Henderson would be the first overall pick in 80% of drafts. I just don't see the reason why they took Brandon Miller over Scoot Henderson, because Scoot Henderson's more talented. He's a better fit. I don't know if he's a better fit, but I get why they want Brandon Miller. He's a good 3-level scorer. I just don't know if the ceiling is as high as Scoot Henderson at all. I just
Definitely not.
the floor's lower, the ceiling's lower. I just don't get it. I just don't
High
get
as
it.
Scoot.
The
No.
middle ground is lower. Like I don't
No.
understand it
Everything's
at all.
lower.
Scoot Henderson's just in a different tier.
No,
as a
it's
prospect.
crazy that they actually went with the short-term fit, like I was saying last episode, and took Brandon Miller, because like I think he is a better short-term fit with LaMelo.
Yeah.
But like I take back everything I said about like how like it should seriously be considered. Like no, they should have taken Scoot Henderson. We'll talk more about that later, I think, with like how much fit matters in a draft with prospects. So I won't go too much into it right now. But for the Hornets' sake, Scoot would have been much better. And it's, I guess they had the thought of taking Miller and actually went through with it. So they better hope it works.
Yeah.
I'm more so thinking with Scoot. I feel like the Miller thing is like the fit is good regardless. Nobody can argue the fit. But like I'm more so thinking like Portland, what do you do? Like you have Scoot. I know if Scoot and Dame, if they can figure it out, like those two are a deadly combo. But like I'm also looking at the flip side of it, like Scoot, Anthony, Sharp, like that is a nice young core, bro. And like they're just like in a spot where like, do we cater to Dame or do we cater to being like they have all the pieces to start a magnificent rebuild. Like actually though, like they're set. Like they got such a nice trio there that they can build around, and like it's just like they're just like trying to cater to Dame. I don't like it at all in terms of that. Like I want Scoot to be a primary playmaker.
I do too.
I don't want Scoot to be even if he went to the Charlotte. When the draft lottery happened, I was just disappointed because I'm like, he goes to either of these teams, he's not going to be the primary playmaker, and Scoot is too good to be playing second fiddle to another point guard. It's just kind of like I don't like it. I really hope the Blazers trade Dame, and not because I want to see Dame out of Portland, more so just that I want to see Scoot as a primary playmaker and be the star that he is.
This reminds me a lot of the Wizards when they traded for Westbrook in that Wall deal. Hear me out. So when they traded John Wall, that's your cornerstone franchise player, and you're left with Westbrook and Bradley Beal, two players
That trip
with
down the stairs.
a decent amount. Well, those two tore his Achilles.
Bro, how do you trip down the stairs and get hurt that bad, bro? Like, there's no way.
It smashed his career.
There's no
Dude,
way.
he
What
had
kind of stairs did he walk
He
down?
had
bro?
heel
Like-
surgery to prevent his Achilles from tearing, and a week later he fell downstairs and tore his Achilles.
Oh my god,
That had to be a scam surgery.
bro! Nah. Conspiracy right now. Adam Silver plotted something, bro. It was an Adam Silver plant.
Adam Silver put a banana peel on the top of Wall's stairs.
This ain't Mario Kart, baby. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Banana peel on top of the stairs. Oh my god.
Okay, but going back to that, I think the Wizards really messed up not trading those two when they traded John Wall and getting a really nice return. Because if you think about it, 4 years ago would that have been? if you trade Westbrook and Beal at that time, you're going to get a really nice return for both players because both players aren't on massive contracts at that point in their careers. Bradley Beal's not on that $250 million
He's not on
deal.
the Supermax, yeah.
And Russell Westbrook still, at that point,
he
still
didn't opt in yet. Yeah.
He's still
He's
still a guy you think would average 25, 10, and 8.
Exactly.
Like, you're going to get a lot of return for those two players.
Yeah.
And started an incredible rebuild. They kept those two players, stayed in mediocrity for another 3-4 years, and now you see what they're getting. Like, their best player is Jordan Poole. And then Tyus Jones.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah.
You can see they're one of the worst teams in the league now, with really not a very, very bright future because their last year first round player Johnny Davis. Johnny Davis was awful. Johnny Davis was the worst lottery pick easily, not even close.
It was bad.
You look at that. If you keep Damian Lillard as the Trailblazers, I see another version of that happening again because you got a team that's not even close to ready to contend for a championship when you've got as stacked of a West as you do. You keep Dame, you're just wasting years of this team. If you re-sign Jeremy Grant to apparently he might be asking for a $30 million contract.
A lot. Wow.
Yeah, you
bro,
keep him.
Today's NBA, bro.
You keep him, sign him to 4 years, $120 million. This team is shit. This team is potentially not even making the playoffs. You keep Dame, I just don't think it's worth it.
Okay, well, if they keep Dame, I think they're definitely a play-in contender.
He'll play in contender. I don't think they're a playoff lock.
But the West is getting better than people think.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm saying.
It's not just the teams that played well last year. Like Houston, I think is going to be a lot better.
They're gonna be a play-in contender for sure.
Like the Spurs. I'm not gonna count out Pop with like a very good player that can contribute right away in Wemby. I don't know. It's just like the West is getting better from the bottom too. Like there aren't going to be very many bad teams in the West next year at all. So,
you remember that like 2009 to 2013 West where like the lowest team had like 48 wins? You remember that?
You think it's gonna be that good?
It has the potential.
It
has the potential to be as stacked as it's ever been.
There's potential, and we've seen it before.
It's gonna be really good.
So.
Like look at all the teams in the West. Nuggets won the ring. Grizzlies added Marcus Smart. Kings are only getting better because they're really young. Suns have that big three.
They're gonna be good in the regular season. They're gonna be good in the regular season.
Clippers. That's the one team.
They're always a good regular season team, though.
It's true.
Yeah.
Warriors, again, another good regular season team. Lakers, LeBron and AD. Can't ever count them out. Timberwolves is the one team I think could really fall this next season, especially if they keep.
I don't know. I like the way they ended last year too, though. Like after they got Mike Conley, I like the way they ended last year. I feel like they'll be good in the regular season. Second year too.
The Pelicans, if they can keep Zion healthy.
Even without Zion.
A rising Oklahoma City Thunder, a rising Dallas not rising, but a Mavericks.
But a bounce back.
Good enough. That was good enough to make the playoffs last year. Just had a really, really bad dip. A rising Jazz team, a rising Rockets team, a rising Spurs team.
It's like they're those are a lot of teams. Like
is that like every team?
Yeah, besides like the Jazz.
You
said the Jazz.
Oh, besides the Trailblazers.
No, yeah, it's literally just the Trailblazers. But like, yeah, that's also giving a lot of teams the benefit of the doubt. But like,
yeah,
even the quote unquote bad teams in the West are going to be good. They're going to be competing night in and night out in the regular season. Yeah. So yeah, that would be very interesting to see. But yeah, moving on though, I did want to just general thoughts on the top 10 and how it went because I'm looking at it. 4 and 5. You see the Thompson twins got picked back to back. We saw Anthony Black.
Love that for their parents. But Amen's got bragging rights the rest of his life.
Anthony Black going to Orlando. We saw the trade at 7 and 8 between Indiana and Washington with Coulibaly and Jarris Walker, and then we saw Taylor Hendricks and Cason Wallace round out the top 10. Even at that 10th spot though, OKC and the Mavs having a trade with Davis Bertans going to Oklahoma City in a salary dump, 12 going to the Mavs, and 10 going to the Thunder. So a lot of stuff in that top 10, but Ishan, just general thoughts on that top 10.
I like the Wizards and Pacers trade was my favorite because both players are beautiful fits with their organizations.
Coulibaly is just like going to like die,
he's a project player.
Like his career is just like
if Wes Unseld Jr. can can create a developmental system for Bilal Coulibaly. He's a very project player. And this is a team that's not ready to win yet. Obviously, I think it's the best fit for him,
especially with Porzingis gone. They needed
like
a 4 to just come in.
Yeah,
so.
like they don't have a 3 or a 4. Like he could really develop in that system, getting a lot of minutes there. Also, I really love the fit of Jarris Walker. I mentioned this in the last video.
Could not be a better fit.
I love that fit with Miles Turner. A pure 4. It's very hard to find pure 4s. He's very defensively versatile. He can hit the 3.
He's like the perfect 4 for today's NBA.
He really is. He was one of my favorite players in this draft. He's going to be very good. I didn't like the Magic's draft very much. And here's why. Anthony Black, he's a great player. I just don't think he fits the Magic because although they addressed it with the Jet Howard pick, I think Jet Howard's a little bit of a reach. They could have taken Grady Dick, or if they wanted shooting, they could have taken Jordan Hawkins, who also has size at the shooting guard position. We also draft Anthony Black, he is a very long defender, very tall, very good playmaker. He reminds me a little of Markelle Fultz, and you already have Markelle Fultz. So it's like you're drafting another version of him with a higher ceiling. I get it. It's just I would have taken a higher upside point guard there. I think I would have taken Cason Wallace there just because he fits a little bit better because he's a little bit better of a shooter. Is not required to be a scorer. Obviously, neither is Anthony Black. I think he fits overall as on the Magic a little bit better. Love the pick of Taylor Hendricks for the Jazz. Moved Markin into the 3. He can very well do that. He did that a lot this season. Taylor Hendricks is very good catch and shoot 4-man. Can play small ball 5. Really like Taylor Hendricks as a player. I didn't like the Thunder's trade though because you trade back. Take on a really bad salary in Davis Bertans, and then also take a player that doesn't fit your rotation very well. Because you now have SGA, Giddey, and Cason Wallace. That reminds me of when the Kings had Fox, Halliburton, and Davion Mitchell. It's a very crowded guard room in Oklahoma City. You're not going to find a way to put all 3 of these on the court at the same time, assuming you're not putting SGA at small forward. I don't think they would. Would you do that?
I don't know. I think Cason Wallace could downsize though. Like, no, not downsize, but like actually just like play, like maybe even like I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work out actually, but like I could see them going ultra small and maybe even playing Cason Wallace a little bit at the 3, like in like a closing lineup maybe. I don't know though. Yeah. It's like I don't know how else they'd work that out because like SGA, Giddey, Cason Wallace, they're all
ball handling point. I don't.
It's like I don't know how that's gonna work out.
I was gonna comment on that trade, and honestly, W trade for the Mavericks because they did sort of what I said and traded down,
and they got Derek Lively.
But they didn't do exactly what I thought. I thought maybe they'd look to trade down and like get a later pick and a piece. Instead, they did kind of the opposite and a salary dump.
That's perfect.
And they got a good player in Derek Lively.
And they got a perfect fit.
That
like a perfect fit.
That was perfect. That was beautiful.
Honestly, that's
from the Mavericks.
pretty much exactly what they needed to do. And that's good for Dallas. And then later too, Dallas got Rashawn Holmes and the number 24 pick from Sacramento, who ended up being another forward, that Olivier something.
Max Prosper.
Yes.
Olivier something.
And I don't know too much about him being the number 24 pick. No disrespect. He made the NBA, but
he's very versatile. Very good defender.
It seems like he'd be a good fit just based on his position and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So
added size. Something they needed badly. Yeah. Badly.
Only thing is
market players are dogs, dude. I'm telling you.
Only thing is now it seems like you're kind of like banking on these 2 rookies. It only seems like you're banking on these 2 rookies to help what the Mavericks struggled with last year. So it might be a little.
What the heck is this?
Yo,
no. I was gonna say something after you.
It might be a bit of pressure on these rookies to help the Mavericks be not only a playoff team but like a championship contender next year, as they want to be. But we'll see if they can help.
I loved the Rockets draft. That was my favorite draft. You got Amen Thompson and another guy who you could have also taken at 4 and people wouldn't have been mad with. Cam Whitmore at 20. That's a steal.
Yeah.
From what I saw, the reason he fell was because not only was it because of medicals, but because he did not have a very good attitude in private workouts with other NBA teams. Other NBA teams came away with thinking, does he even want to be here? Does he really like the game of basketball? Does he really truly want to be a better player? Villanova fans also on social media would say that a lot of the times he was never the best player on the court. It's almost like he would be a negative on your team. Like when he was off the court, they had a sense that the team was better without him. even if the talent-wise he was the best player on the court. That's why he fell, from what I saw. But you add him to that Rockets core. What is that? Amen Thompson, Jalen Green, Whitmore, Jabari Smith, Şengün, Porter Jr. That's a really nice young core
you still got KJ Martin too,
to work with. Yeah, KJ Martin. And then you've got a ton of cap space. This is going to be a really good team.
That's a full core, now that I think about it.
Yeah, it's a perfect starting lineup. That's low key though. If you take off Damian Lillard, like
that's
the Rockets,
that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
The Rockets might have a better core than the Trailblazers.
No, that is really nice.
Really,
also,
really
I
nice.
think a lot of the stuff they're talking about with Whitmore, it's like if he went to a bad situation, I feel like it would have been more magnified. But with him going to a team where it seems like he won't have to do too much, especially with Amen Thompson. He's going to take a lot of playmaking role. Green's going to be that all-around scorer. Jabari and Şengün will do a lot of the bulk on the front court. Like, he can come in and he doesn't have to do very much right away. And so he's a guy you can really, like, wait on. And this Rockets team, let's be completely honest, they're not going to go out and try to make a playoff run next year or something like that. They're more so just saying, let's try to compete. Let's try to maybe sneak into the play-in and just, like, compete night in and night out in the regular season and see where we go from there. So, like, you can afford to wait on Whitmore, and to get him at 20, perfect. It's great. It can't get any better than that. In terms of the top 10, though, I'm looking at this, like, I really liked the 4s that went at 7, 8, and 9. Like, all of those fits, it's like, it couldn't have gone any better. And honestly, just the top 10, I feel like teams didn't really, like, miss a lot in the top 10. And, like, usually in the top 10, you know, lottery, just, like, you see a lot of teams just, like, miss, especially in that 7 through 10 range. I guess it's also because the New York Knicks draft a lot there. But, like, yeah. It's like
Frank Ntilikina. The trade down with the Thunder last year.
Was Kevin Knox, like, 8?
He was, like, 8 or 9.
Yeah, like...
oh
my God.
Knicks,
Fortnite jacket of all time.
Fortnite jacket of all time. Oh, my God. But yeah,
greatest draft suit of all time.
It couldn't have gone any better. But I did not understand Detroit's pick with Asar Thompson at 5. It's like, I understand he has the measurables to play the 3, and I mean, yeah, but like I still would have taken Whitmore there. It's like, I mean,
obviously
it's
not
still
looking
Whitmore,
back
but
on
like
it,
now looking back on it, but like I don't know.
They probably didn't like him because of
like that's what was
stuff.
going through my head like right away. I was like, why is Whitmore not the obvious choice at 5? But yeah, other than that, like I felt like the top 10 was very good and sneaky, but I feel like Utah had a really good draft.
I agree.
Bro, Taylor Hendricks could not be a better fit next to Lowry and Walker Kessler. And then you get Keontae George, who, in terms of guards in the NBA now, you want to see guards that do a lot of things and mainly just get buckets. And this guy can get buckets in a multitude of ways. Mm-hmm. He can do multiple things for you on offense. And they needed a guard right away. It can't get any better with those two guys.
His only problem is really defensively. Yeah. He doesn't really try.
But, like, you have Walker Kessler right there. It's like, I think they'll be fine. When you always have a good front court player, whatever you do on the perimeter, you can funnel into a guy like Walker Kessler, and I think they'll be just fine.
I would have liked to see him take a pure point guard because they don't really have a pure point guard.
I guess.
But nevertheless, they had a really good draft. Bryce Sensabaugh also at 28. I think it was a steal. He could have gone.
Oh, I completely forgot about
late
that.
Teens.
I like
also
that
to the
too.
Jazz.
Very good shooter.
I like that too.
He's only
Again, another guy that can score in a multitude of ways, doesn't do much defensively for you, but again, just a guy that gets buckets.
Yeah. A guy
they have so many bucket getters now.
Yeah. He's just a little limited in terms of his physicals. Like he's only 6'5" at the small forward position. It's gonna be harder for him to score. In the NBA, I realistically
they
see
have
him
a big
as
lineup though.
Yeah, like realistically in the NBA, I see him more as a spot up shooter, catch and shoot guy, rather than being like a 3-level scorer. Obviously, and he's also not going to provide anything defensively because he really doesn't try on the end. Yeah. But to get him at 28, a very good 3-point shooter. He shot like 40% at Ohio State last year. I think that's a best case scenario for the Jazz there.
Yeah.
You know who else gets buckets? Kobe Brown. Clippers in 5, baby.
Kobe Brown.
He's gonna make an immediate impact.
Show them the camera, the crew neck.
Oh, the crew neck, the stickers. Come on.
No bias.
No bias there.
No bias
Oh,
at
no,
all.
bias. No,
Sorry,
just
no,
like
no.
pure coincidence.
No bias.
But like,
just randomly starts talking about the 30th pick for no reason at all. No bias.
Clippers in 5.
Bro, you would not be believing that in any other situation, bro.
oh, you are so right.
Oh my
That
God.
is so false.
Keep sleeping on them. If those
That is
two
so
are
so
healthy,
so false.
Those two are healthy,
True.
man. Those two are healthy, man.
You seen that clip? The falsely
Yeah, yeah. That is so falsely
Falsely
true.
true.
Oh. No, honestly, the guards there too, like Jalen Hood-Schifino to the Lakers, I loved that move. Like, it could not get any better because, like,
They needed ball handlers.
Bro, if they can re-sign Reeves and Hachimura,
They
also
will.
their other
Oh, they
their other pick
absolutely
too,
will.
Maxwell Lewis at 40. The thing with that too,
I really
they
like that
traded
pick.
with Indiana earlier in the night, and I was
Mhm.
like, okay, whatever. They traded up to 40, whatever. What are they gonna do with this? And then they drafted Maxwell Lewis. It was like the perfect wing to help out with. If they can re-sign Rui, they already have LeBron, and then you add Maxwell Lewis into that wing rotation, like that, those are two very good young players.
I like that pick.
that could
because
help the Lakers right away.
Lewis could have gone in from the late teens to the mid 20s. He's a guy
Yeah.
that could have been
Yeah.
taking 15, 20 picks early.
I
They got him sliding.
expected him to go like anywhere between 20 and 30, and he dropped to 40.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Like
Fell
that
right
could
into the
not
lap.
be a better fit there.
I also really another underrated pick in the second round. I liked Seth Lundy to the Hawks. That's who I wanted the Cavs to draft. Seth Lundy's a very good 3-and-D player. Was a key contributor in that Penn State team that went all the way to the Big Ten championship and made it to the second round of the NCAA tournament with Jalen Pickett. He provides very good perimeter defense. One of the best perimeter defenders in the draft. One of the best spot 3-point shooters in this draft. Hawks got him at 46. He's going to fit really well because they needed wings.
Yeah.
If you think about it, because their 3-point shooting lacks a lot because DeAndre Hunter is not the 3-point shooter we thought he'd be. Because, he's just not that good.
Yeah, he's just not that
You
good.
put
of
him
a
at the
shooter.
3 spot, bring him off the bench. That's a perfect player for the Hawks
Yeah,
team. I
I
think
agree.
he's a glue guy for them.
I
He'd be
agree.
perfect.
The pick that kind of confused me, well, not confused, but I was just like kind of surprised. The Grady Dick to the Raptors. I was kind of like not expecting that. I guess that's a good replacement now. Like,
He's a very Raptors player.
yeah,
Very long, plays
yeah,
both.
plays.
He's a very good
I don't know. I
shooter.
just didn't expect it.
A
I was
lot of
thinking Grady
potential.
Dick was gonna go to the Pelicans, but Jordan Hawkins ended up going there, which is another good fit. But,
Fantastic fit.
But yeah,
I was really hoping Hawkins would slide a little bit.
yeah. And no, that's a good fit for the Pelicans,
Lakers.
but to the Lakers,
That would have been a perfect fit.
yeah, that's true. That's true. I like Jordan Hawkins a lot. But yeah, moving on though, like
Actually, another Jordan that was kind of a steal, Jordan Walsh to Boston. He was kind of nice. He was
Ooh.
kind of nice.
He's
in March
athletic.
Madness.
Yeah.
He's athletic.
Yeah.
He's a
I don't
very
know a
good
ton about him,
finisher
but,
around
like,
the bid.
Number 38 pick to Boston. I mean, hey.
we'll have to see what they do with him.
I think that was a good pick because he's very athletic. He's a very good finisher on the rim, good
Yeah.
defender. He plays, as some folk like to say, he plays a lot of grit. He's a very gritty, high motor kind of player.
If
even
you know, you know.
I think he's really good for what the Celtics need because they also needed wings. Someone like him, I think, is a great fit on the Celtics, even if he doesn't have the greatest jump shot yet.
Yeah.
If he can develop that, he'd be a very good piece for that bench. I like that a lot.
Yeah. Honestly, like it's tough cuz usually I'd be like saying like teams did bad or like a lot of but like a lot of these teams did good. Like I'm looking at the Nets. Their back-to-back picks were very nice. I liked that. Blazers did very good. They got Scoot, even the rest of their draft. Hornets outside of Brandon Miller did very good. Like these were one of those like few drafts. I'm like looking at a lot of teams and like they didn't do too bad at
No
all.
real like F or D drafts.
Yeah. Like a lot of like even the bad teams just like maybe had like C drafts or like
C plus. B minus
yeah.
drafts,
Yeah. Not anything crazy, not anything. I like this draft class a lot. I don't know about you guys, but I think this draft class all around is going to be one of those draft classes we look back at and be like, wow, this draft class was very underrated. Outside of the top too, like there's just
Outside
a
of the top,
lot
yeah,
of
because the
lot
top
of
three
the-
are very hyped more than
Yeah.
normal, but
But this is a
the
very nice
rest,
draft.
not a lot of hype. But I think it'll go down as like one of those. Oh, I can't remember like specific year draft classes, but one of those classes that like people look back and say very well rounded.
Yeah.
The Desmond Bain draft class, something like that,
Hmm.
where you see a lot of players in the.
I see
first,
more of,
second round
like,
picks.
Which draft class?
Desmond Bain's draft class. I can't remember the year. It might have been
You remember like
Something around 2019.
I feel
yeah.
like the AI draft more so. Like if you like that draft because like they had some top players too, but like even if you look at it, there were some very good players that fell later.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll see.
No, yeah, this year, like, yeah, Hornets' only mistake, taking Brandon Miller. Like you already said. Nets' only mistake, not taking that offer for the number 3 pick. Anthony,
If that's true, yeah. If that's
is that not,
true.
like,
I don't
confirmed?
know if it's true, but like I have
There
been
was
seeing
a-
that on
Supposedly,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
Anthony and the number 3 pick for Mikal Bridges, right?
That's
Yeah.
Scoot and Simons.
That's
for
Yeah.
literally
Mikal Bridges.
such a steal.
Yeah. Yeah.
For a team that's already depleted on the guards.
Such a steal.
Yeah, like they have all veteran guards that won't help them right now
I don't
at all.
know why Portland would do that, and I don't know why Brooklyn wouldn't accept it. Like, what is going on? I don't.
That's simple too. It'd literally be just for Dame. Like I don't know what else the reasoning would be, because no team in their right mind is sending away the number 3 pick and Anthony for Mikal.
Or a guy who's like
Sorry,
a
Sammy,
fringe
but-
all-star player
Yeah,
right now.
like who's probably like the 3rd or 4th best player on a championship team.
Saw on the Suns, probably
Sorry,
probably
Sammy.
number 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, crazy stuff. So yeah, you know, we did a blind ranking last time. Ishan was introduced to one of my favorite segments, the blind ranking segment. Today's blind ranking, we're going to be blind ranking number 1 picks. So yeah, I'm gonna shout them out.
Oh, number 1 overall pick.
Yes.
All time. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Okay.
you guys just choose a spot. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
First one, the King, LeBron James.
Number 1.
Number
There's
Number
no
one,
question.
number one,
No
number one,
question
number
about
one.
it.
That's easy. That's easy. You know, I give you guys a freebie.
You can give me Kareem. It's still 2. Like, come on.
Wow, that was my next pick.
2.
2. Okay.
Kareem?
Okay. Yeah, Kareem.
Yeah.
Kareem.
Number 2. Pretty
Zion Williamson.
Oh! Ooh, 4.
4.
Yeah, you're gonna throw
4.
in a troll.
He's gonna throw in like a curveball like Andrea Bargnani
Okay.
or some bullshit
Markel.
Okay. Kyrie Irving.
like that. 3.
3.
Anthony Davis.
Fuck. Damn it.
Oh. See,
No.
I was so ready for Anthony Bennett.
That's why
yes,
that's why I did
number
Anthony
5.
Davis.
I
I
was
was
like,
like, because I wrote down Anthony Bennett and then I switched it to Anthony Davis.
There's
I'm
no
like,
way,
I'm like,
man.
no, I kid you
Oh,
not.
wait, I,
That's-
I thought you AI generated these lists.
Nah,
Not today.
Not today.
Okay,
damn.
then damn.
Okay, that's
I
a
would
shame.
probably change mine to LeBron, Kareem, AD, Kyrie, Zion.
I was
yeah, same.
I was possibly gonna do Tim Duncan too, but like I don't know where would
Neither
Timmy would definitely be.
I
3
forgot.
on
I
my
forgot
list.
he was number 1
He'd
for some
be
reason.
3.
Even with all the Spurs headlines with him, Dave
97.
Robinson and Wembanyama.
97,
Yeah.
number 1 overall pick.
There are a lot of good number 1 picks. Like I didn't do Shaq, David
Yeah, there's also
Robinson.
a lot of
The
great.
crazy thing is,
Tim.
there's a lot of great players that aren't number 1, so it's hard to
See,
remember all
Ishan,
of
you
them.
say that, but a lot of number 1 picks go to terrible situations.
just become
Like they
terrible
could just
players.
become terrible players like that. So-
Michael Carter Williams.
Rookie of the year.
Hey man, what is with Philly getting like the rookie of the year?
Markelle
and then it
Fultz.
just all goes to hell, bro. Like it's just bad.
Ben Simmons.
Oh my God! Wait,
Rookie
it's
year
not
Ben
true.
Simmons. I was going back and watching his highlights, bro. Nah, that man was
Bro,
different, bro.
Second year Ben Simmons was different, bro.
Dude, nah.
Oh.
Nah.
Who had the biggest
No, no,
fall
no.
off any player I've
No,
ever
no, no.
seen.
Like, When they went
It's
to the
actually not true,
playoffs
Boogie.
and they were the 3 seed that year, they had like Rocco, Bellinelli, JJ Redick, Ersan Elias. Bro, that was my favorite Philly team by far
My favorite
in the
was
Embiid
Jimmy,
era.
Was the Jimmy.
No.
the Jimmy,
That team
Tobias,
was
Ben
way more
Simmons,
fun to
Embiid.
watch in my opinion. It was great.
It was fun to watch
I for-
Jimmy and Joel on the same team.
Sorry, I forgot DeAndre Ayton was number 1. That disgusts me. Sorry.
Over Luca
I was
and
looking at number
Trey
1 picks.
You know
and
another thing that
Jaren.
disgusts me? What was Grady Dick's suit, bro? Bro, we were having
Oh,
this.
you wanna go into this?
We were having this
Hot
conversation.
take, hot take,
right
actual
before.
hot take.
He thinks it's a good suit.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
What do you mean it's not that? Would you wear that?
Yeah.
You would not wear that. You would not wear that. You
That's
would
cap.
not wear that.
Cap as fuck.
You are not, bro. No, Photoshop yourself in that, and I'm
No.
telling you, you're going to be like, nah, I'm not
Bro,
wearing that.
that suit was like up to here on his shoulders.
Dude, you're paying the price of a suit for that. You're looking like a clown show. Are you kidding me?
I don't know. It's kind of fire.
No.
It's kind of fire.
That's like you wearing a double XL hoodie right now. It's so oversized on you.
So how is it? It's not even that. It's not even.
It's
that
not even
big.
about the
It
oversize. It
protrudes
just
at the
looks
shoulder.
ugly. It
It's
just
not even
looks
that
ugly,
oversized.
bro. There's
It's
no way
massive
you'd
though.
wear that.
It's disgusting
How's
red.
this oversized?
Okay, that's a bad.
How would you
picture.
wear that? How would you wear that?
Look
Like,
at
there's
how
no way.
he's wearing it.
There's
Look at
no
how
way.
broad the shoulders look. It's like crinkly on the side.
Okay, that's what happens when you got the scales, whatever's going on here.
Exactly.
What
That's the
is
point.
that?
It's ass.
What is
it sucks.
that?
It's a fashion statement.
What was that one company that made like trash bags as clothing?
Oh hell!
It's
no.
like that.
No way.
It's
no,
like
no,
that.
No.
It's like
no.
what company made that? Was that That wasn't Louis Vuitton, was it?
No
No.
way you'd wear that. There is no way you could
company
convince me
made
you'd
that?
wear that.
Oh, like,
you'd pay
didn't
good
he-
money
didn't
for
he
that.
have-
Versace.
Why?
Did he have like red bottoms on too? No, it's kind of nice.
No, it's trash.
Kinda nice.
It's
No,
trash.
y'all are-
Trash. Trash. Just like Icy's.
Oh, okay.
It's just
no.
like DeAndre Ayton. Complete garbage.
I hope you guys enjoyed this episode today. You know,
Changing the topic.
if we did,
You know he's wrong.
If you guys got this far and listen to Eric talk about Grady Dick's soup being good, what are you doing? Like this video, comment, subscribe, show us love, because we love you guys too. Yeah, we'll pass the ball out to you guys, and we'll end the episode, because this clownery has to end. This buffoon,
it's a good suit.
you know, it's gotta end, man. Peace. Bro, there's no way, bro.